Welcome back to the shack, everybody. I'm sitting here while I'm alone. Chris is on her little mini vacay to mommy's. So I pretty much have a bunch of free time on my hands. And I got to thinking about everything that I've got to do and realized that I haven't put up a video on this channel for a while. Mainly because the channel has been used for updates and information for the Great Plains Buick Challenge, and that light is just terrible. It is chilly outside. I don't think it likes the wind and the weather. The wind is blowing about, I don't know, 98.756 mile an hour out, 7.5 mile an hour out there. Western Kansas, that's what it does. Anyways, back in the shop, realized I haven't put up a video for a while, and I've got the channel up. I might as well use it for classic performance, for example, and I'm going to use it for some little updates on what's going on in, I guess, our family racing world. I know I've got a couple subscriptions that I watch on YouTube quite often and enjoy it, and it's kind of like my television. When I do watch television, that's what I watch. Of course, they're all car related and racing related, and Chris is overly thrilled about that, usually on a nightly, every other night basis. But was milling around the shop here, and quite frankly, end of racing season. It ended this weekend in Great Bend, I believe, for our local tracks. Ended for Chris and I the weekend before in Julesburg with this clunker. Oops, sorry, car. In Julesburg, went up, had a good time. It was nice and just relaxing, and even with the car not being able, I got smart and parked the car Saturday night because I'd found the crankcase has got some fuel in it, and I don't know why, and I was thoroughly prepared to dump the oil and run it Sunday. And Chris made a good point and asked me why. Oh, it's running now. You have a part that you need to work on, and it's in one piece. So for some of you guys out there, don't you just hate it when they're right? But anyways, I've been out here this morning milling around, thinking about cleaning up this disaster that is the end of a racing season. I'm sure a lot of you can relate to the fact that at the end of the racing season, your garage is just blown up. This is filthy. There are paths cut through here. You can't walk. There's so much floor space that's buried that could be used, but just throw it down and get the car ready for this weekend. Just put it here. It's out of the way. Get it ready for this weekend. Well, there's no more weekends to get ready for a few days, and this place is a mess. So I think what's going to happen is I need to clean my shop, and I need to do it for a real reason. I was filling up my whiteboard this morning with projects, and obviously I started with this thing and a list of stuff that I wanted to do, and the whiteboard got filled up real quick. David came over yesterday, took the slicks off of his car to get it put up for the winter, and we've talked about what he wants to do to his car over the winter to change it. And I know we've got to build a rear end, and we're going to freshen up the engine and do a cam swap and a converter swap, and we're going to do some stuff to David's car. And some of you, if you've seen on the book face, I got a 65 on the trailer that's going to turn into a bracket car that just I put it in drive and drill it car to go have fun and bracket race. And hidden behind the fence over here is what is going to turn into a driver for Chris and I. It's a 77 trunk Skylark that I picked up, and I bought it, and then David wanted it, so he bought it, and then I bought it back from David, and now it's going to be mine. So I have a lot of projects to do over this winter. My plan is to use this page and show progress on all 4 of the projects. Now that obviously doesn't include my machine shop job or classic performance, which is what this page is. We will, I'll be adding videos of projects that we got coming in and out of classic performance. I don't know what's going on. Well, I know what's going on, but I won't get into that. But there are a lot of people that want to spend some money on their projects so that they physically have their money invested in something for them. So cold calls are going back up again. I can't wear, it seems like I wear my work shirts because I'm usually working somewhere. And even in public, I got people coming up and asking me, that light is terrible, asking me about the shop and what we do, and they're interested. So, like I said, I got a cheat sheet here because that's how I do the Great Plains Challenge thing. So I build another cheat sheet, script, if you will. But just as a little heads up, the 67 here is gonna go back to being a twin turbo car this winter. It will it'll be a small tire twin turbo, small block Buick, of course. They're in a big block Buick on my property, and I don't foresee there being one there unless I bought it to flip it. I'm a small block Buick guy, so I have Buicks. I'm a small block guy. The bracket car is going to have a 350 in it, some rendition. This car is going to have a twin turbo 350 in it. David's car has a 350 in it that we're going to freshen up and do that stuff. And the 77, the driver that I got, I picked up a low mile original 350 from a buddy of mine. Thanks, Darren, again. Still haven't touched that engine. It's going to go in that 77. I'm going to do the serpentine. I want to build a serpentine belt assembly for it. It'll be air conditioned, power steering, tint the windows. It's going to be my plan is to make it a nice driver. I got out here, and this is going to seem a little odd for some of you guys, especially coming out of my mouth. There's a fly. How do I want to say this? I got overwhelmed with all the work that I do, and in a phone call a couple days ago, or text messages back and forth with you, Bob. I was ordering a roller cam, and I got to get that ball rolling now. Obviously, parts availability is really bad in our country now, and Bob and I are going to get a jump on that. This is going to, for the twin turbos, it's going to get a roller put in it. But Bob made a comment, and he made it, I don't think he realized it, but he was kind of directing it at me when he made the comment, like you, I spread myself too thin. Well, anybody that knows me knows that that's a daily occurrence for Dave. Dave spreads himself entirely too thin. Every once in a while, a couple days ago, I took a day off, and honestly, what triggered it is I had got up, went to work, came home for lunch, and fell asleep in my chair. And when I woke up from a nap that I never take naps, I just didn't. I didn't want it anymore. I needed to download. I needed to just take a break. So I did. And now I feel guilty because I took the whole afternoon off and didn't do anything that night. But I'm getting over it. But what I've found is sometimes we just get overwhelmed. And this morning I've been there. I am there. I'm right in the middle of overwhelm, and I didn't know where to start. And 100 years ago, I challenged Mike to what has now become the 30-minute challenge. Go to the garage for 30 minutes and just do something on your car. It doesn't matter if you clean up the shop, clean up the bench, sweep the floor. Just commit to 30 minutes and don't watch the clock. Well, I don't know how or where that came about, but it works. And for some reason, just a few minutes ago, and while I built my little cheat sheet, I'm really doing this off the cuff, y'all. I just, in the Google machine, I just typed in overwhelmed, and I was looking around, and I had just completed my whiteboard list for all of the cars and what we need to do to all of them, and it is clear full. My whiteboard is not big enough now, and after completing that, I had decided that the 65 was going to get a set of 410 gears. Somewhere in this disaster, I have a set of 410 gears. I just don't know where they are, so I go looking. And on the bench, back in the corner, what looked like a gearbox fell on my foot. That didn't feel good, by the way, y'all. But when I opened it up and count the rings and the pinion gear, the teeth, yeah, it's a set of 410 gears. While my foot was in pain, I sat down, mad at myself, and that's when I typed in overwhelmed. And this is going to be your little depart from the normal Dave that you get to see, because the first thing that came up, believe it or not, was Isaiah 41:10. And I read it, and I thought, wow, this is different. This is, because I had to sit down for a while. Fear not, for I am with you. Be not dismayed, for I am your God. I will strengthen you. I will help you. I will uphold you with my righteous right hand. And my overwhelmed went away. I know when there's nobody else out here and it's just me, it's not just me. So got happy, started milling around, and the list is continuing to fill up, and it made me realize that, yeah, while I have overextended myself, I am overwhelmed, very much so, but I'm gonna be okay. And it triggered this video, and honestly, something maybe a lot of you don't know about me is I absolutely believe that there is no such thing as coincidence. Ever, any situation on our planet, there is no such thing as coincidence. And those gears, with 41 teeth on the ring gear and 10 on the pinion, that happened for a reason. So now I'm back to being excited again. Now I'm back to being motivated again. Am I still overwhelmed? Maybe not as much as I was, say 30 minutes ago, an hour ago. Have I still spread myself too thin? You bet, because that's what I do. I've spread myself too thin. I've got to change that, and there will be changes happen. Like I said, am I overwhelmed? Yeah, maybe a little bit, but it's not as bad as it was. So I guess if you get overwhelmed, maybe just read Isaiah 41:10, because it worked for me. I don't know. A feeling came over me, and I'm okay now. I'm back. I'm good to go. Now that doesn't take away from this list, this whole page of stuff, and the whiteboard that's clear full, and none of that changed, but my attitude changed, and that's basically what we all need. So stand by. Back to this channel, talking about this channel. This channel's going to change. Wintertime is going to be on us real quick. I hope that your heaters are fired up. I hope that your projects all go well. I know I will. My plan is to shoot some video. We're gonna what do they call it on the YouTube content? If I can remember to start a camera, I am quite sure I have more than enough content to keep y'all entertained, and I know I've said it in a previous video, like, subscribe, and share, and all that good stuff. Ring the bell for notifications, because I promise you I am gonna do something stupid, and it's gonna be entertaining. I'm quite sure. I know me. I've lived with me my whole life. It's gonna be a good time if I can just get going. So that's about it. Oh no, I'm gonna fire a shot across the bow. I was, like I said, milling around earlier, looking at stuff, and I've got a KRP schedule of what the poster schedule thing hanging on the little mini fridge over there. And I was looking at the date on it, and this year, the 2022 season, I guess it would be, started with the swap meet the end of March, and the day the track opened was April 9th. That kind of gives us an idea where my local track-ish. I don't know about Julesburg, I didn't check. I just found it entertaining that April 9th was, that's a birthday, the first day. So I quick jump in the calendar on the phone and look, that Saturday for next year would be April 8th. April 8th happens to be 167 days away. If you'd math it up, for you guys that work on your cars on Saturdays, you know, maybe you got that 9 to 5er and you work 5-6 days a week or whatever, or till noon on Saturday, like most Americans. You only get one day, you know, you get your weekend to work on your car. And guys, that's 23 days you've got to get your car ready to go to the track, if you're gonna make opening day. The fly's buzzing the camera now. 23 days. 23 days if you work one day a week on your car, using April 8th as the opening day for Kearney Raceway Park, for example. You got 23 days. Or, in my case, 167 days till the track opens. Make a little time, go to your shop, work on your car. Winter's coming. When the snow blows and the wind is cold, you don't want to be outdoors anyways. We're all getting to be too old to scoop snow. Throw down some ice melt, let Mother Nature melt that stuff off if it ain't too deep. Go work on your car. Stand by. The Classic Performance, the CPR channel that we're on now, is going to, we're going to start putting up videos that aren't directly related to the Great Plains Buick Challenge. And there are talks going on behind the scenes about doing something a little special on that too already. There will, obviously, as I get updates for that, I will let you know, but I really can't do anything until we have a date. That would be on Joe and Nicole to decide that, when we're going to be there. I think most of us liked that third week in August scenario. We'll see. We'll see what happens. But in the meantime, it's time to gut this garage. It's time to clean. It's time to get ready before the snow flies. So I have all this. I told my wife the other day I need to clean my garage, and I need to do it in a bad mood. There is stuff laying here. Right there is a set of 67 340, 300, 340 exhaust manifolds. Great condition. Blast them. Put them on a restoration. For sale. There's a 4.1 V6 back there that I bought 100 years ago. Complete. Needs assembled and freshened up. For sale. I don't need it. I'm a small block guy. There's going to be a lot of stuff come up. Interesting content, I hope. I'm going to get that fly. For y'all to watch. I'll try and use my channel. It'll be more aimed at Buicks, obviously. So if you're into that kind of stuff, like, share, and subscribe. Ring the bell for notifications. We're going to try and do this once or twice a week. Maybe I'll get a video up. And I will do my best to give y'all something to watch through the winter when the snow's blowing and the cars are on jack stands and getting worked on. I'm back to being excited about doing stuff. And in true Dave fashion, I've overextended myself. I've spread myself too thin. I've done it again. It's going to be a good time. It's going to be exciting. Stand by, watch. We'll be back. Videos will come. 167 days or 23 Saturdays. 23 days worth of work. That's all you got left on your car. Get to work, y'all. I'll see you soon. Later.
Thanks for watching and checking in, and don't forget to like, subscribe, and share the video. We appreciate it.